So, you're still watching my channel, huh? Welcome back to the R.o.X channel. I couldn't be ever more appreciative of your return. And if you are new here, I'm R.o.X, the Risen Heart. And the reason I'm pointing at my stone around my neck, that is the pendant of the R.o.X, the Lord R.o.X, the champion exile. As from my Realm X story series that I have been working on. I'm going to take a moment to talk about that in this video. So the Realm X is a story series, the acronym R.o.X, R-O-X, Realm of X, was derived from. It is a story I started working on almost a decade and a half ago. I still haven't finished completing it because I've taken quite a different direction with a lot of it. It is my main thing I'm kind of doing when I'm not writing music that's in the same universe, when I'm not doing some of these other projects that are either related. I mean, this channel is kind of supposed to be somewhat in canon or in universe to my Realm of X projects. And, well, let me get into what the Realm of X is to me, since I don't have the product out there just yet. I figure I'd like to at least talk about it a little bit, which is another reason why I created this channel, is to verbalize some of the ideas I've got going on. And well, the Realm of X, although this isn't the most entertaining thing, my last video was very depressing about the time of year this is and sibling and stuff like that. So this video I thought would be a little bit more interesting and take it more in the creative route and get my mind off that stuff. And that being said, the Realm of X. It's the prison world in which my characters in my universe exist. It's also why I'm inspired to film videos like this with, weird lighting from a dark place, a darkened room. Lights are out minus these filming lights. Because the Realm of X is a prison realm devoid of light. It's a magical realm created by the legendary Lord R.o.X, the founder of the Brotherhood of Seven Stones. R.o.X is a character inspired by me or whatever, is a character I created as, a heroic type character who made the ultimate sacrifice to save his people. In a world that was becoming destroyed, his character was one of the only people that saw a need to form a brotherhood using these powerful stones, this magic, so to speak, to craft and create a realm, a prison world, to exile anything and everything deemed too powerful or too dangerous to exist or destroy within their world. So the best thing they can think of during those wars or whatever were to cast these things, these treasures, these beasts, these characters or people that are just too powerful to exist in the main world. So that being said, R.o.X sacrificed himself as a failsafe to ensure that there will always be a key to unlocking the realm by exerting his essence into his mask, Necrovisage. It's a helmet, mask, whatever, that is a artifact or tool that's meant to, it's one of the three keys that is meant for the R.o.X, the protagonist of my story, to obtain in order to gain the knowledge the powers of Grimrox. Basically take on the soul of Grimrox himself as kind of like a summon type character. Gain his fighting abilities, gain his powers, gain everything just by putting on his mask, as well as his knowledge of everything that he created. Well, the Brotherhood of Seven Stones, of course, naturally, one of them has betrayed the Brotherhood and cascaded a whole set of events that turned the drama of my story. Well, one of the brothers, named Mordante, turned on the Brotherhood in promise that one of the other brothers, Zamargo, the great wizard Zamargo, who was driven purely on trying to gain power. So he was greedy to try to maybe get all the stones for himself. Mordante believed that with just a couple of the stones, he could bring back his fallen lover, who was attacked and killed by the main antagonist of the entire story series, Veldrake. He's like the king of all type vampire type characters. Supreme vampire. Something another level higher than, say, like a Dracula kind of thing. And anyway, setting that idea that this vampire type character started this whole chain of events. The whole reason why the realm had to exist in the first place was this vampire character wanted to resurrect the blood god, which is basically this big, massive, blood-hungry dragon that devours any living creature or whatnot in its path. Very vicious, very evil, and it's nicknamed Oblivion because if it could achieve its goal or its hunger, it would achieve oblivion, returning all life, extinguishing all life for its uncontrollable hunger. So Veldrake believes that resurrecting this dragon could lead him to greater power and stuff like that. So again, this is a story I've just been working on. So it's really nerdy. It's really down that path of like World of Warcraft, Magic the Gathering type inspiration, fantasy, fiction. As a writer, I got kind of bored writing it. Right, I want to be a good writer, but I got kind of bored. Unfortunately, I went down for a little while the path of writing erotica and trying to combine the two, writing kind of filthy fantasy. And I did that because it was easier for me to write filth than it was to write fantasy. And I figured if I could just combine the two passions, I maybe would inspire me to write this. Unfortunately, even that didn't carry through. Life got in the way. So I figured maybe if I can verbalize some of these ideas while I'm currently still writing and whatnot, then maybe I can carry this legacy a little bit further, this story a little bit further, this universe or this world a little bit further. Well, back to the protagonist. Having acquired the knowledge, the mask of Necrovisage, the great legendary Lord Grimrox, having acquired the Ver Exilium, which is it's a blade of the Champion Exile. It's a sword of the Champion Exile. And that's kind of the main key to unlock the realm. It's the power to unlock the gateway portal so he can cross over at will. He who has that sword. I'm wearing what inspired the pendant Lux Exilium, which is, if you see the light reflecting off this thing, its design in the story is to guide the Ver Exilium, the Champion Exile, through the darkness as kind of a way to help guide him on the correct path on whatever his mission is. It's also to help prevent these creatures that are always designed to try to kill the person who has the sword. These shadowy creatures are only like a foot away at all times, trying to kill their master. Without the pendant to drive them back, Whoever wields a sword is as good as dead. The pendant is highly important to drive back these shadow creatures, to keep the champion exile alive, the protagonist alive, the rogue named Ravandon. So Ravandon, only reason he has these 3 keys to enter the realm, to start the timeline chain of events of the story, are because he's originally an artist, and in his vision to draw, he starts drawing this obsession of this woman. He can't get her out of his head. He's just drawing her and illustrating her over and over again. And just about every time he draws her, he gets like just a little bit more of a kind of like a message. It feels like he's connecting to this non-existing character. And he can't figure out why. Until it's when he kind of looks at the chain of all of his illustrations, he's able to realize it's a form of communication. Something's broadcasting these ideas into his mind, into his vision or whatever, for whatever reason. So it gets him curious, and he starts trying to pursue that. So as he focuses more and more into that, he's able to start seeing this woman appear more and more in need of his attention, his, I hate to say rescue, but he uses this vision to kind of guide him to the tomb of where Grimrock's body laid to rest, where the keys were buried, which is the mask, the sword, and the pendant. And once he achieves those 3, which were in the casket of the Great Lord Grimrock's, the portal ignites, and he crosses through, thus starting the story of the Realm X. This is just a big thing I'm working on. I mean, there's a lot more to it, but that is just kind of like a little intro video idea, story time, I suppose. It is something I'm working on. I hope there's some interest in it. If you've managed to stay watching this video for any amount of time, thank you. That's the Realm X in kind of a prologue, nutshell kind of idea. I am working on drawing it. It's got its own card game and board games in the works. Some of them are almost there to production. The story itself is just kind of always kind of being toyed around with. I need to just really get off my ass and make it happen. But I'm a multimedia kind of guy, and I'm tying in a music project as well, which is the Hatestone project that's in the same universe. And that's kind of taking more priority. But this channel is taking almost more priority than the Hatestone music project. Because unfortunately, life comes and kicks you in the ass. And right now, I can't get into the recording studio for the music. I can't find a free moment to write and pen the story. Those are excuses, but I'm getting my ass handed to me right now in life. So, along with COVID, you'd think I'd have all this free time and quarantine to pound these things out. I've taken advantage of some of that free time, but there's not as much free time for me as you would think. I'm hustling like you wouldn't believe. So, if you liked any of this, give me a thumbs up. Make a comment. There's a lot more. Maybe I'll do some more of these videos where I do character breakdowns. Maybe verbalize this story. I mean, that's kind of the idea of the channel a little bit. And this will fall under the Realm X category. Not so much under the vlog type stuff. So if you've enjoyed any of this, setting the scene, maybe I'm not a very good storyteller. I'm trying to verbalize it. It's the nerdy shit I'm into. There's a lot of magic and a lot of cult stuff going on. It ties into my real life a lot. It's inspired by events of my real life. It's inspired by my reality blended with my fantasy to create this story. So there's a lot more to it. And there's also the sister project I'm working on that is kind of like a sequel or sideline series or spin-off, so to speak, of the Nightmare Realm series, which is kind of the same universe, just a little twist to it. And I'll do another video based on that. So thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe, ring the bell if you like these videos.